This is StarSoulWhisperer, and today I'm going to be reading some quotes from Harry Potter, my favourite books and films. And Luna Lovegood is my favourite character. So I've got some quotes I'm just going to read and hope to just let you relax and listen to my voice. I've interrupted a deep thought, haven't I? I can see it growing smaller in your eyes. I sleepwalk, you see. That's why I wear shoes to bed. You're just as sane as I am. I think the answer is that a circle has no beginning. In that room with the archway, they were just lurking out of sight, that's all. You heard them. I think they think I'm a bit odd, you know. I believe he who must not be named is back, and I believe you fought him and escaped from him. Oh yes, I expect so. There's an old nail we use if we need to break anything. Just a moment. They'll come back. They always do in the end. It was just that I wanted to pack tonight. You listen to me right now. A rackspurt. They're invisible. They float in through your ears and make your brain go fuzzy. I thought I felt one zooming around in here. You won't find it where you're going. You're wasting your time. There's not a person alive who's seen it. It's obvious, isn't it? You have to talk to someone who's dead. Well, if I were you-know-who, I'd want you to feel cut off from everyone else. Because if it's just you alone, you're not as much of a threat. Muggles think these keep evil away, but they're wrong. My mum always said things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not always in the way we expect. I think I'll just go down and have some pudding and wait for it all to turn up. It always does in the end. Being different isn't a bad thing. It means you're brave enough to be yourself. Always be yourself, because if you're not yourself, who are you? We should close his eyes, don't you think? There, now he could be sleeping. I think we ought to say something. I'd want some peace and quiet if it were me. We fly, of course. You're not going mad or anything. I can see them too. Someone else therefore not being you at all. There are other ways of flying than with broomsticks. You can laugh, but people used to believe there were no such thing as the blubbering humdinger or the crumple-horned snorkack. Well, you have to wait for somebody who gets it right. That way you learn, you see. Come, Daddy. Harry doesn't want to talk to us right now. He's just too polite to say it. Wit beyond measure is a man's greatest treasure. You're being rather rude, you know. He says very funny things sometimes, doesn't he? But he can be a bit unkind. I noticed that last year. You look smart. I told Daddy most people wear dress robes, but he believes you ought to wear sun colours to a wedding, for luck, you know. People like her being kooky, but I like how wise she is, that nothing really affects her. I've never stunned anyone except in our DA lessons. That was noisier than I thought it would be. The auras are part of the Rot conspiracy. I thought everyone knew that. They're working to bring down the Ministry of Magic from within, using a mixture of dark magic and gum disease. Is that why you dyed your eyebrow for the party? Should I do mine too? Obviously they didn't want the truth to get out. It's beautiful here. There are plenty of eyewitness accounts. Just because you're so narrow-minded, you need to have everything shoved under your nose. I enjoyed the meetings too. It was like having friends. She doesn't think you treated her very well because you wouldn't dance with her. I don't think I'd have minded. I don't like dancing very much. And I don't know who you are. Oh no, I'd love to go with you as friends. Nobody's ever asked me to a party before as a friend. It's so unfair that you had to die when you were so good and brave. I'll always remember what you did for us. I hope you're happy now. I need to talk to you. I didn't want you to get caught. And anyway, it's not as though I'll never see Mum again, is it? I still feel very sad about it sometimes, but I've still got my dad. My mother, she was quite an extraordinary witch, you know, but she did like to experiment, and one of her spells went rather badly wrong one day. I was 9.